Hey everybody, welcome back to Mixing Music Analog and mixingmusicanalog.com, and here on our YouTube channel. And good old Dave is back. Well, he hasn't left. The last three videos, he's been sitting right there.
Yeah, you can tell we're wearing the same shirts.
Yeah, same shirts. So no, he doesn't come back in here every single day. Dave comes up about once a month or so, and we try to do a batch of these videos for you guys. And today we're going to do something very, very cool. This is a video we've had to kind of put off for a while, and I'll tell you why in a second. But we're ready to do it today, and we're going to take a listen to the Audioscape EQP Pultec hardware EQ. And we're going to listen to it on a bunch of different sources here. We're going to talk a little bit about Audioscape. So the reason why the video was delayed, Dave, is because when this first came out, or when I first got this from Audioscape, at the time with all the part shortages, they were having a problem getting some transformers at one point in time. And so they had to kind of halt production. And that's what's really good about Audioscape, is they are very particular about making sure that the right components go into these units. And if there's a part shortage, they're not just going to put any old transformer in there. They're not going to build the unit until they can get the right true to fashion components to make sure that all these things sound as true to the original as humanly possible. So now they're back in production and they've been making some, and so we wanted to do this video for you. Now, the thing about Audioscape you have to keep in mind is that they build these things in small batches. Audioscape is a small boutique manufacturer out of Florida, and they build them in batches by the week. And then every Tuesday or Thursday on their Instagram and Facebook, they'll put a message and say, this is what we got in stock this week, go buy it. And there's usually not more than maybe 20 units in total across their entire product line. So you just can't buy these anytime you want. So you want to make sure you click the link in the description box and get on Audioscape's social media so you know when these things become available so you can jump right on them.
Yeah, right? The sale days are Wednesday and Saturday.
Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah, okay, there you go.
So you want to be, if you're on his Instagram, or if you're on his email list, you'll get his Instagram. He posts a list of what he has available, and very often he actually posts a picture of the rack itself with all the stuff piled on it, so you can see, like he's got this many of this and that many of that. Right. And you'll be able to see. And if you got to be fast to do this. Yes. You got to be really fast. You got to be on that website, and as soon as it clicks over, you got to pick your poison, get it in your cart, and get it paid for. Right. Because you know everybody else is trying to as well.
They don't stay in stock. And
no,
so
they never last.
Check the links in the description box. Get involved in the Audioscape email so you know exactly when everything's going on sale if you want to check them out. So now the EQP. The EQP-A. Now, there's two different versions of this. There is the regular version, which looks like a brand new, pull it out of the case, brand new unit, which is great. And then they also recently has introduced what they call their Trainwreck series. And their Trainwreck series is really just a relicking, if you will, or a distressed version of the unit. Everything internally is exactly the same. It's just the faceplate and the knobs and the switches that are relicked. Yeah. And we have a Trainwreck series. We have actually, I think, one of the first handful of Trainwreck series EQPs that were ever made. Yeah. Because when I got this, the Trainwreck series has just started. And he says, we got a couple of these. They haven't been sold yet. Would you like a regular one or a Trainwrecked one? And I said, I want a Trainwrecked one because I want something that looks like it's from the 50s. Yeah. You, on the other hand,
I'm the one that likes shiny new.
You like shiny new.
So I would have gone for the regular one rather than the Trainwreck.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Trainwreck. I wish all of my Audioscape products were Trainwreck. So again, you have a choice between Trainwreck and non-Trainwreck. They're kind of cool. If you like that kind of vibe, I think it's really cool. I don't know any other professional audio company that relics pro audio gear. That's usually in the guitar end of things. Yeah. So I think it's really, really cool. So talking about this EQP, now when you buy any Audioscape product, you're also going to get this nice little laminated card telling you all the specifications of what's in here. Maybe Dave can tell us a couple of the features that are in the EQP. It's built true to the originals.
Yeah, it's built pretty much true to the original. He's using a Carnhill replica of the transformer. He's using tubes. He's got 12 AX7, 12 AU7s, and a 6X4 rectifier tube in there. So this is a full tube unit. So you got to make sure it can breathe. This is a mono unit. So so that's the one problem with a Pultec is they don't make a stereo one. From the looks of the specifications of it, it pretty much matches up to an actual Pultec. It's basically the same size. Yep. He's using basically the same circuitry. He's got, vintage new old stock tubes in there. He's using hand wound USA transformers in it. You know, it's basically a Pultec. From what I've seen of it, it's a Pultec. It's pretty much just a dead-on duplication of it.
And it sounds like one too, and you're going to hear that in a second. So now, before we get started, we're going to listen to this on a couple different single sources because it is a mono unit. Full disclosure, Audioscape did send me this product so I could bring this review to you. But as always, you know, if you've been watching us for any length of time, we tell you what we think, regardless of what the unit was given to us or not. We will say that we've done a lot of Audioscape product here.
Yes, we have.
And they don't make bad products.
No.
They really, truly don't. They are an exceptional company, and if they weren't, we wouldn't be using any of their gear here because I'm only gonna use stuff that really is worth having, and their stuff is really worth checking out. So again, we may be a little biased, but I think Audioscape is great. And more importantly, I love the fact about their story. They're a small boutique shop. Their customer service is second to none. You send them an email, 3 hours later, you get a response.
Yes.
And so they're really great that way. So thank you to all the gals and gentlemen down at Audioscape for sending us this. I love it. I'm going to buy another one at one point. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, because you got to have a stereo pair.
Yeah, if you have one, it ain't good enough. You got to have two. So what do we have on the console? So what we have here is a song by our good friend Barry Dridger. It's a country rock tune, Going Down. Check the link in the description box and check out his music. We're going to listen to this. We're going to start off on an acoustic guitar. Dave's got it patched in on an acoustic via the patch bay. Strummed, heavily strummed acoustic. Right now everything is set to 0. There's no EQ happening, but we are going through the in and outputs of the transformer here. Yep. And we're just gonna twist some knobs and see what it sounds like, and we will take it in and out of the circuit just by doing that. So right now, it's not in the circuit. We'll play back some audio of this acoustic. I'll pop it in the circuit so you can just hear what it sounds like just running signal through it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So what I hear when I just run signal through that thing is there's a little bit of compression there. I can hear it does soften that initial hit that on the one, that initial transient, just a tiny bit, which is something that, you know, one of the things about using a Pultec, a lot of engineers did is they may not even use the EQ. They just run it through it because just running it through the iron and through the circuitry gives it a little bit of nice little squish to it.
Yeah.
I like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to put it in the circuit, and when Dave's going to twist some knobs and just make it sound good, you can see it, it'll come up on the screen. Now the thing about the Trainwreck series is some of the settings will be a little bit challenging to maybe see because things are worn and kind of relicked. So he's just going to turn it till it sounds good, and then we're going to take it in and out, I think.
I think we're going to try it.
We're going to try it. Here we go. Here we go with the EQP by Audioscape. Okay, so I don't even know what the settings are. I just know it sounds good. I mean, I don't know what you did over there as far as settings, but it gives a nice little sparkle to it. Now I'm just going to take it in and out. Right now, it is in the circuit. If you look at the overhead cam, this light, when the light is green, it means it's in. When it's not green, it's out. So I will try to be intentional so you can see me taking it in and out. And then hopefully maybe there'll be some text on the screen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get to the editing process of this video. So we're going to start with it in, put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out. Here we go. This is with it out. So what do you hear there?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, solo acoustics
like it.
sounds really nice.
Yeah, I mean, and I was not being shy with it either. I pushed it.
What do you got going on there for settings?
I got the low end at 100. I started with it boosted up around 5. I pulled that back down to 3. Okay. The attenuation's at 3. Okay. And then on the high end, I got it at 12 with the boost at 7, and then I have the attenuation at 20 at 4. And we're pretty wide on the Q setting, so yeah. It's a very aggressive setting, especially in the high end. I got very aggressive with it, and that's what I love about Pultecs anyway, is you can just go nuts with them, and they still sound good.
They just still sound good. And what I liked about that, what you did to the low end here, is that it really gave a nice warm body to it. Or maybe in a mix, you may roll some of that off, but in and of itself, solo, it sounds really good.
Why I did pull that down because it was a little too throaty.
Yeah.
And I pulled some of that 100 back out of it, and it still left it in, but pull some of it out of it. It's got really nice. It's got some nice warm body to it, but that top end is just sparkly as hell.
Can you jack the top end keep it on the same frequency all the way up and back? So he's just going to adjust the top end. We're going to push it all the way because that's what's great about a Pultec. You should be able to do that. So
I'm going to take the attenuation out.
Completely out and just work with the high end a little bit, maybe 10K, then 12K, and just kind of go all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom.
Yep, go for it.
Here we go.
That's back where we started.
Okay, so you can hear the, I mean, again, I could see, I heard the sparkle the high end gets really, really bright to the top, but once you went all the way up, it didn't sound brittle at all.
No, because what I actually did is I maxed out the gain, and I just started switching the frequencies.
Oh, right.
I left it matched. I just started, because you weren't watching. I was just switching the frequencies from the 20 all the way down and then back up again. And what was nice about it, like I said, is although like when you got to the 5K, it was a little much.
Yeah, it gets a little much. Yeah.
But but I said what I like about it is that is maximum gain on the high end, and it's not killing you.
No, well that's what's great about a Pultec.
Yeah.
So now where is the high end frequency set now?
I put it right back where we had it before. I'm on 12K. I'm at 7 on the boost, and I put the attenuator back in at 4. Okay. At 20 hertz, just to cut the top end off of it a little bit.
Okay, so we'll just take the in and out again. So right now that is in the circuit, and we'll pull it out. Yeah, so I mean, and also too that the EQ obviously on the board is bypassed, so we're not double EQing if anybody was wondering. So that's completely just raw audio through the Pultec and only the Pultec. Yeah. I'd like to hear a little bit more sparkle on that top end. What is it, 12K?
I'm at 12. I could bring it down to 10 if you want.
Yeah, let's try. Let me.
All right, go ahead. Start it back up. That's 8K. Yeah, that's 8K. That's 8K at 9.
Sounds great. So there you go.
Again, and that's
8K?
That's pushed. That's 8K almost all the way up.
That's boosting up the 8K a lot, and you can hear that difference. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this just on a bass. And we got it repatched in the patch bay, and we're going to start with it out of the circuit. We're going to turn all the knobs down to 0 so we can just hear what it sounds like with it running through, like we kind of did on the acoustic, right? So can we do that? So we have no gain.
Yep, we're down. No, gains are all down.
And then we're just going to hear, we're going to take it in and out of the circuit so we could hear what it sounds like just running a bass through it. So right now it is out. Keep your eye on the overhead. Here we go. Yeah, so again, just like with the acoustic, it hits a little bit of that transient on the front end, just a little bit. It sounds really great. So now go ahead and let's twist the knobbies. Let's give it some love and let's hear what it sounds like. Here we go. We got it in the circuit. So you obviously got some low end.
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, the low end is at 60. I actually swept the frequency on the low end, and I settled on 60 right away. That's where it wanted it. Okay. That's at 5.5. Okay. It got furry.
Yeah, I get you. We pushed too much of that low end.
Yeah, it got furry. So then, like, I pushed the attenuator up to 3.5, and it took the fur out, but it left the bottom in.
Right.
So
now, what if you just boost the bottom end and leave the attenuation where it is?
Sure.
What do we have? Okay, well, let's listen to that. Okay, so
that's a little much.
Yeah, let's leave it though. That's max bass right now. So now we have it in where the attenuation on the low end is at around what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's on 3.5. 3.5. The boost is maxed out. I also have
boost is maxed out.
Yeah, I also have a little 3K in there, and I have the attenuator at 5K.
Okay, great. So now let's listen to that with all that low end, just so you can hear with the richness of the bottom end. Again, it's in, and I'll take it out. Yeah, so it adds a lot of richness at the bottom. So now if we back that gain off on the bottom and you're at 10.
Yeah, we're maxed.
Turn it back maybe 25% because it gets a little, when he hits that, he gets a little bit clicky there. Just turn it back a little bit and let's see how that kind of sits. So it really fattens up that bottom end nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're pushing it a little hard because it's farting a little bit, but it really does. It rounds it really nice too.
Yeah. What is amazing to me is the fact that like we've got 7 out of 10 at 60 hertz, just killing it. Right. And it just sounds amazing.
Yeah, if I did
You
that
know?
on the console EQ, and if I boosted 60 hertz and cranked it 2/3 of the way
It would
up,
fart out like
I wouldn't
crazy.
even get halfway.
Yeah.
So it really does. That really is really nice. So on bass, it sounds really, really good.
Yeah,
As far as it just rounds out that bottom end.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and the tubes smooth it out. I mean, that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
So now that's the bass. So now let's try. What do we say we're gonna try? Like maybe like a tele guitar.
Yeah, okay.
So
what channel are we on there?
19. So if we go to channel 19 and I'll move our little loop here in Studio One.
All right, and zero her down.
So now if we bring the tele and we'll take out the EQ, so it's not EQ'd, we'll take the high pass filter away, and then our insert is right here. So let's just see what we have with this tele. So there's no EQ at all? You're just running signal through it?
No, it's zero. Yep.
Zero, okay. So this is
it
at zero again. So with it out, here's what it sounds like, and then I'll put it in the circuit. It almost seems like it gets a little brighter sounding too, right? And again, when there's no EQ being used, we're just running it through the input and output staging.
You know, that's a nice fat tele tone. So when you push it in and the tube compression hits it, it's taking the low end a little bit. You know, it's taking more of the low end away. It's nice. But nicely, you know.
So now let's boost a little bit. Let's get some top ends into that thing and let's see what it sounds like. So here we go. So he's gonna dial in some maybe 5K or so, 8K, just see what it sounds like.
That 4K.
Yeah, really, what's that, 4K?
That is 4K.
Sounds great.
7.5.
That sounds great.
Nothing else, too. That's just 4K 7.5.
So here's something interesting. So if we put the drums in with these, come on. And a bass and an acoustic, just so you can hear the tele in context with bass acoustic drums. Yeah. And then we can take that EQ in and out to hear how that helps cut through the mix. So we can get it to the bass here. We're at the intro here. So let's bring it to the bass and the acoustic guitar. So we have bass, acoustic, drums, and then that tele. It's going to be somewhere around here.
You're going to lose the loop right there, though.
Huh?
You're gonna
no, not if I go like this.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I want. Right
so there we go. So now we got bass, acoustic, Telecaster.
And it's out.
And there we go. And then it's out. So we're going to start with it out, and then Dave will put it in. Keep your eye on the overhead. Yeah, it sounds great. So it cuts through really nice. And what's great on this guitar kind of tone, especially because it's that clean Telecaster, where when you boost top ends, if the EQs, depending on the EQ, and especially plugins, it can get a little bit bitey and a little bit ear piercing.
Brittle, yeah, absolutely.
Or again,
painful.
Because of the tubes and the way the Pultec is, it just sounds right. You just go, wow, we were able to get that tele to cut through, and you don't even hear a hint of harshness.
Yeah.
Right? Not even a hint.
And like I said, and that's pushed hard.
You got it jacked up.
That's pushed hard. That's 7.5. That is pushed hard.
That sounds really good.
And it sounds ridiculously good.
So now just sweep it from 0 all the way to 10.
Yep.
With that same, here we go. So we have it in, he's just gonna sweep that one frequency just so you can hear how the top end that 4K comes in.
Back where we started.
Yeah, so never anywhere in that taper does it get brittle.
When it got to 10, it was a little much. I mean, it wasn't that it sounded bad, it's just that it was a little too much.
Yeah, you probably did a little hard, but I like it. It just sounds great.
It just sounds good.
Last test, we're gonna put on the lead vocal because you gotta put a Pultec through a lead vocal. So that's channel 22. And we'll do this right in context with everything we got playing right now. So we'll solo up the lead vocal. We'll make sure the EQ is out of the circuit, no high pass filter. By the way, no bus compressor, no SSL fusion, none of that stuff is happening here. All we did with this thing is throw up the faders, a little bit of, a little bit of EQ on the drums and everything, but for what we're putting the Pultec through, there's no EQ because we're bypassing this. So here's the lead vocal. Let me see if I could get us to a loop that's sensible. Let's see what this sounds like.
I'm going down, Lord, I'm going back.
Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. So we'll have our insert will be right here on that. Make sure the EQ is bypassed. So this is what the lead vocal. Yeah, go ahead, you could boost them. Go ahead.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, here we go.
This broken heart ain't gonna last. I would turn it around, but I can't get up. I'm going down on my luck.
So is that everything at 0 or no?
That's everything at 0.
See, okay, so now just running signal through it, that was the most obvious to me.
Opened up the top end.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, much different than when we heard the other ones. You could say, yeah, you hear a little bit of an audible difference just running signal through it. But on here, it's much more obvious. So listen
do it
to
again.
that.
Do it again.
Yep.
Do it again on it.
So he's no EQ going on here, just running in and out, right?
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We have it.
It's out right now.
It's out right now, then we're going to go in.
I'm going down, Lord, I'm going fast. This broken heart ain't gonna last. I would turn it around, but I can't get up.
Yep, definitely.
Wow,
Really cool.
that's cool.
Really cool.
I
Well,
like
this is
that.
why you run. This is why you put a Pultec on a vocal. Okay, now we're going to start. Let's go. Let's just try to shine this thing up and make it sound really nice. He's going to be, you know what? Go around. He doesn't have a lot of sibilants here. Try to start around 8K and let's boost that 8K and let's see from a sibilant point of view as you go 8K, 10K.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We have it in the circuit and he's going to kind of try to make it sound good for us. Here we go.
I'm going down on my luck. And when I'm busy battling, I'm going down, Lord, I'm going fast. This broken heart ain't gonna last. I would turn it around, but I can't get up.
Okay, so now we got the EQ set. I don't know what it's set at, but it sounds really good. Go for it. So he's going to take it in and out. We're going to start with it in and he'll pull it out.
I'm going down on my luck. And when I'm busy battling, I'm going down, Lord, I'm going fast. This broken heart ain't gonna last. I would turn it around, but I can't get up.
Again, I don't know where it's set over there. It's probably around 8K.
It's on 8K.
You can hear it. Okay.
And
it just
what
opens,
I did do is like I cranked it, and then I tried 10, 12, and then I went down to 5 and 4.
Yeah.
5 was brutal. That was like, yeah, no, that don't work at all. But so I went back to 8, but then I started playing with the attenuator on 20, and the attenuator at 6 on 20 is where you called it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
20K, really?
Yeah, I got
wow,
the attenuator. I got the attenuator at 20K on 6, and that's when you called right there.
And said that's where it sounds
That's where it's at. So I've got 8K. I got 8K on. I got 8K on 8.
Wow. Okay.
On 8, and then the attenuator at 20 at 6. There's no low end in that at all. That's just top end.
So boost a little 100, and then attenuate a little 100 at the same time, and let's see what that does to his voice.
I'm going down on my luck. And when I'm busy battling, I'm going down. Lord, I'm going fast. This broken heart ain't gonna last. I would turn it around, but I can't get up. I'm going down on my luck.
Yeah, so that when you boost the 100, if you get a little too aggressive, he's got a lot of chest in there. It can get a little woofy, but it still sounds smooth.
That's what I was going to say. It added a little chest. It added a little growl to it. You know what I mean? Like it brought a little bit of the growl out. And that's at 100.
Yep.
7.5. Attenuated all the way up to 6.
Yeah. So
the attenuator, you know, like took the woofiness out.
Yeah.
But it left that growl, and that's what I heard that last time. Is that growl like jumped right out of it? Like that sounds great.
Yeah,
you know?
it just sounds good. I mean, the Pultec always sounds great on vocal.
Yeah, like you can't screw up a vocal. You know, I mean.
No, you pretty much anything you run through sounds good. Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of our test. We did that. What did we did it on acoustic? We did it on bass. Did it on some vocals
and a tele guitar.
And so. Pultecs are just great. I mean, and if you've ever used a real hardware Pultec style EQ, what's great about them is that because of the circuitry and the tubes in particular, everything just sounds smooth. Yeah. You could push these things quite a bit and they never sound harsh or brittle. That's the beauty of a Pultec. And also the fact that you can do the boost and attenuation on the low end. Yeah. That does something really funky to the EQ curve, and it just, for certain situations, it sounds good. Yeah. And I could also see why some engineers will have a pair of these on a master bus and not even EQ, but just run stuff through it.
Just run the audio through it and get the tubes and the transformers and everything just cooking the mix.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's got what I was thinking too, especially like on the bass, is it's got this just really nice compression to it, like it just shaves a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right. And
just the compression and the warmth that you're getting from the tubes and stuff is amazing, because like on the vocals was where you really heard what the EQ does without any boosts going on, because like it opened up the top end and it just smoothed the whole thing out. So it's like there's nothing bad going on in that thing.
No, not at all. I can absolutely see why you'd want to put a pair on a master bus.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think Chris had said that to me originally when I gave me the first one. He says, you know, having a pair on the master bus would be really cool.
Hint, hint.
And I don't have a master bus EQ. I have the SSL Fusion, which has the low and the top.
Yeah.
And then usually in the box with the plug-in on the print track is where I'll shape it a little bit more with an EQ. But I can absolutely see using a pair of those. Yeah. And just running signal through, and if you need a little 60 bump, and maybe a little 10 or 12K sheen. Yep. And there's your mix. So
I got a better idea.
What's that?
Product suggestion: make me a stereo Pultec.
Well, there you go, Chris. So Chris and Trevor and all the guys down at Audioscape, if you're looking for product ideas, there's one. Yeah. A stereo version of a Pultec would be a really cool thing. So anyway, that's our kind of audio example on the Trainwreck series, EQP-A by Audioscape. Again, check out the links in the description box. We're big Audioscape fanboys. They're really great. Yeah, and you know, if you're watching this video, I know there's a lot of you that have been turned on to Audioscape since you've been watching our channel and you've purchased Audioscape products. and you've written me emails and tell me how much you love their stuff. So if you're one of those people, definitely comment below. If you've been to Audioscape, what did you purchase and what did you feel about the experience and how do you like the unit? Because that will take some of the, you know, hey, they gave you the gear for the review, so you got to say great things. I was just doing as a side note here, I was just doing a consult session with a student 2 days ago from Hawaii, and we were talking about some routing stuff. We weren't talking about Audioscape, and in the background on his webcam, he has a stack from floor to ceiling of Audioscape boxes.
Nice.
And I said, you buy stuff from Audioscape? He goes, yeah, I watch your channel. And he went out and bought a 76D, a 76F. He bought a D-Comp, and now he just ordered the reverb unit as well. So I reached out to Audioscape as well, and they're like, you know, yeah, we just started shipping a bunch of stuff to Hawaii. We didn't know why. Now we know why.
Yep.
So again, if you have purchased an Audioscape product, whether you found them through our channel or not, let us know in the comments below, so that could kind of, you know, take any of the bias out of it, and you can let other people know that might be interested in Audioscape, that you're not just listening to two guys because we got the unit for review, that there's other people that have bought their stuff and how you feel about it, because I have yet to hear anybody buy something and sent it back because they didn't like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our review of the EQP-A by Audioscape. I hope you liked the video, and again, go check out their website and like, share, subscribe, and share this videos with others. And until the next video, I've been Dave, and he's been Dave with Mixing Music Analog and mixingmusicanalog.com. Thank you so much for watching us today, guys. We'll see you all soon.
Bye, guys.